Hi everyone. Today I will discuss anatomy of the thyroid gland. I am doing this video specially for my students to help during this quarantine time. This is an endocrine gland situated in the lower part of the front and sides of the neck. It is very important one because it regulates BMR, that is basal metabolic rate, and stimulates somatic and psychic growth and plays very important role in calcium metabolism. And this one consists right and left lobe which are joined by each other by a part called isthmus. Third pyramidal lobe may also extend from the isthmus part. And one more, the fibromuscular band, sometimes it descends from the hyoid bone to the isthmus or to the pyramidal lobe. And then I will tell the location of this gland. This lies against, you are seeing, these are the vertebrae. This lies against the C5, C6, C7 and T1 vertebrae. And this lobe extends, this what you are seeing, this is the thyroid cartilage. This lobe extends from the middle of the thyroid cartilage to the fourth or fifth tracheal ring. And this one isthmus part extends from the second to the fourth tracheal ring. And then I will tell you the measurements of this gland. It is the smallest gland and this measures 5 cm in length and 2.5 cm in breadth and also 2.5 cm in thickness and measures about 25 gram. And this part, isthmus part, measures about 1.2 cm in length and in breadth. And then I will discuss very important part of the gland. This consists capsules, that is true capsule and false capsule. You are seeing inside, this is the true capsule, this is false capsule. True capsule is nothing but it is the peripheral condensation of the connective tissue of the gland itself. And this false capsule, it is derived from the pretracheal layer of the deep cervical fascia. Then I will discuss the parts of this gland. This consists apex, which is directed upward and slightly laterally, and this is base, which rests on the fourth or fifth tracheal ring, and it consists of three surfaces. One is lateral surface, second is medial surface, one more is the posterior surface, and two borders, anterior border and posterior border. Then I will go with the relations of this gland. This apex is related to the, for this I will go with the one more figure. So this apex is related to the superior thyroid artery and also external laryngeal nerve. Superior thyroid artery and external laryngeal nerve. And base is, you are seeing, base is related to the inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is the recurrent laryngeal nerve and this is the inferior thyroid artery. And lateral surface, for this I will show you the cross section of the thyroid gland. Lateral surface is related with the four muscles. First is the sternohyoid and superior belly of the homohyoid and sternothyroid, and then this is the anterior border is related, anterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and then this is the thyroid gland. Lateral surface is related with these four muscles, and medial surface is related with the two tubes. Those are trachea and esophagus, and related with the two muscles. Inferiorly it is related with two muscles. Those are inferior constrictor and cricothyroid, and with two nerves, external laryngeal and recurrent laryngeal nerve. And middle, the part which connects two lobes, that is isthmus. This one is having two surfaces plus two borders, anterior surface and posterior surface. Anterior surface is related with the right and left sternothyroid and sternohyoid muscles, and posterior surface is related to the second to fourth tracheal rings. Upper border is related to the anterior branch of the right and left superior thyroid artery, and lower border is related to the inferior thyroid veins. And then arterial supply, that is blood supply. This one is mainly supplied by the superior thyroid artery. Superior thyroid artery is the first anterior branch of the external carotid artery, and second one is inferior thyroid artery, which is the branch of thyrocervical trunk which arises from the subclavian artery. And then I will discuss very important part of the thyroid gland, that is, it consists of two types of the cells. One is follicular cells, second one is parafollicular cells. The follicular cells secretes triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine, mainly helpful to stimulate the BMR, somatic and psychic growth. And parafollicular cells, mainly they secrete thyrocalcitonin, which promotes the deposition of the calcium salts in skeletal and other tissues. Then lastly, I will go with the clinical anatomy of the thyroid gland. First, for that I will show you one more figure. So this is the examination of the thyroid gland. Always we have to examine the thyroid gland by standing behind the patient. So any swelling of the thyroid gland should be palpated from the behind, and removal of thyroid gland with the true capsule may be necessary in hyperthyroidism. And during thyroidectomy, the superior thyroid artery always ligated near the gland to save the external laryngeal nerve. And hypothyroidism causes cretinism in infants and makes edema in adults. Sometimes the benign tumors of this gland also may cause or compress the neighboring structures like carotid sheet, trachea, etc., and which results in dyspnea and dysphagia. So this regarding thyroid gland. Thank you.